Okay, here's a summary. The retarded kid is not an irrational AGW zealot. He is the frontman for greenwash. He has billions of dollars behind him in government funding, and some other millionaires too sick to deal with reality. Just watch. Retarded kid is here, 24/7, because he has 4 shifts all paid for by Green Preach. There are billions of dollars involved here, and they are partly coming out of the taxpayer's pocket. These are politicians using your money to pay each other. But if you're stupid, I guess you deserve it.
What global warming?
Tower of London, build me some trolls worthy of Mordor.
London's burning with boredom now. London's burning dial 9999. London's burning with boredom now. So, Camo, my old Etonian mucker, now that we've instigated the burning down of the socialist Homo and Zulu tribal areas, how's about bringing the 2012 Olympics forward? What? Are you mad? Absolutely, Prime Minister. Oh, there we go. Incoming message from head office. His fossil fuelness wants us to build an army of trolls. In that case, let's use the 2011 Trolympics to test the mental muscle of our latest batch of clones. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Peckham Stadium, which would have been packed with people had we not just dropped 6,000 tons of napalm on the no-good bone idle, tax-dodging benefit scroungers with their smelly council houses, Nelson Mandela murals and walls full of 3 flying ducks. And so at last we come to the opening ceremony. Laurel Bush is leading the way with what seems to be an oxyacetylene hairdryer, followed by Sarah Palin, who's hitched a ride on Oliver North's missile. And last but not least is our own personal Jesus. This particular model comes with a guarantee that all lepers will die unless they have health insurance. Oh, and what's this? A strange man selling a universal cure. Best not tell the lepers. Oh, look at this! Laurel Bush is wasting no time disproving the second law of thermodynamics. We interviewed her earlier this morning, and this is what she had to say. The blanket analogy that them socialist scientists shows is all wrong. You see, if I have a piece of paper, and then I light my lighter underneath it, ask yourself what's gonna happen. Likewise, if heat comes down from the sun and it bounces off the earth, and I try to stop it with a piece of paper, you'd call me an idiot. So you see, heat will always rise no matter what, and absolutely nothing will stop it. Sorted. Well said, Laurel Bush, who's now using a blanket to throw a blanket on the blanket analogy. And there you have it. She's burnt a bloody great hole in thermodynamics and elected a new pope in the process. It doesn't get much better than this. But now let's concentrate on Event 3, where Team Captain Patio is attempting the Cabbage Patch Gas Guzzler-thon. Basically, Patio is out to prove that current CO2 levels are way too low, and that humans could comfortably live in an environment of 30,000 parts per million. This is what he had to say a fortnight ago.
Intravenous CO2, the best thing around for putting some life in your veins. 30,000 parts per million per breath without any adverse effects. I was thinking the same thing myself, Pa. It's a total conspiracy. Why, CO2 makes everything grow, like the plants and the trees and the hair. So you know what, Pa? I reckon it's time I told people the facts about CO2. Fact 1. 2,000 parts per million CO2 is the bare minimum required to grow plants without fertilizer. Fact 2. Living beings can live for their entire lifetimes in an atmosphere of 3% CO2. And finally, I've set up an experiment to prove that CO2 is good for the environment and therefore good for people. What did I tell you, Pa? One little tree becomes a massive tree. It takes in all that CO2 and gives off loads and loads of oxygen.
Oh, bother. Wrong bloody turn.
So anyhow, as I was trying to say before I rudely got interrupted by that no-good fascist animator, how can CO2 be bad if it helps trees to grow bigger and... Hey! What the hell do you think you're doing? Hey! Stop it! If you kill my trees, then there'll be nothing left to soak up all that extra...
Oh, whoopee-whoopee-doo, I hate to say it's true. Without trees to soak it up, you'll drown in CO2.
So there you have it, folks. 2 weeks ago, Geosplinto moved in and turned Patio's CO2 living forests into a toothpick farm. However, the wily Patio, always ignorant to truth, reality and the fact there are no trees left to synthesize his beloved CO2, decided to compensate by sowing lots of cabbage seeds and turning the Western Hemisphere into one giant collective vegetable. So well done to you, Patio. The fate of the Earth is now at the mercy of several million cabbages. But now we're leaving a very dizzy Patio to concentrate on Easy Skank, who is attempting to break the Cluedo conspiracy world record. Now Easy Skank's conspiracy starts in Sesame Street, where, unbeknown to the young American faithful, the character known as Big Bird is really Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, Master Spy, leader of the Illuminati, Order of the Garter, stockings, suspenders, star-spangled banners, and who just happens to be the long-lost granddaughter of Karl Marx. Needless to say, Marx isn't dead, and now resides in the very nasty socialist empire of Zog, which is run by a highly strung lepidopterist called Chris, who likes to walk on rainy beaches and whose favourite colour is yellow. Now, you won't be surprised to learn that Zoggish yellow is also the favourite colour of Louis Armstrong's long-lost nephew, Neil. How fitting then, that Neil Armstrong, the man who never stepped foot on the moon, should be behind NASA's secret programme to rid Earth of CO2, oil and gas. Neil Armstrong is also the man who used the Zog wormhole to travel back in time to 1896 and meet up with Swedish chemist Svante Arrhenius. Arrhenius, a eugenist and white supremacist, conspired with Armstrong, and together they formulated the crap we now call the greenhouse effect. In argumentative terms, this means we can use ad hominem to discount Arrhenius as nothing more than a snivelling little racist, as we can Werner von Braun, who, like his Teutonic cousin, was very bad at calculations and never helped engineer American IRBM technology or the Saturn V rocket that did not send Neil Armstrong to the moon. Finally, this dark depraved road of corruption leads us to Area 51. True home of the Saturn V plant pots and the Stargate that takes the many secret socialist sightseers to a secret base in Nog, the capital of Zog. Nog can also be accessed from a closet behind Frankie's hair salon, and from the very big carbon-consuming house of, yes, you've guessed it, Al Gore. So there you have it, folks. Al Gore is a Zog secret agent. And how do we know this? Because he owns a big house by the sea. Unlike these guys, who own this big house.